Hey guys, what is going on? And welcome back to the channel. It's your boy FlippinStoop. On this awesome rocking Monday, that's been pretty jam-packed full of progress. Okay, that's what my main point of this video today, guys, is keep going. Don't give up. You're right there. So many people came and actually asked me, when is it actually going to happen? When am I actually going to start getting good profit? When am I actually going to, is it actually going to be worth my while? I can't tell you that. I really can't. All I can tell you is keep going. Don't give up. Never stop listing. Maybe you make video content like this. Never stop making video content. People think, they see people on YouTube and they think, oh my God, they became an internet success overnight. No, they didn't. They've been making videos for years before that happened, right? People's perception of success is way off. People think, me included, I thought too, like I see people driving a fancy car or whatever, I thought they just had it lucky in life. No, they worked their ass off and they sacrificed a lot of things in life to get to where they are at. So you got to ask yourself this question. Are you willing to sacrifice your weekends? Ask yourself that. Because if you're not willing to sacrifice your weekends, it's going to take you a lot longer to get there, right? Are you willing to sacrifice time out of every single day to list items on eBay? Are you willing to sacrifice just punt all leisure activity? Just like Gary Vee said that exact same quote that I used to never stick with me. I mean, what do you mean? You got to live. You got to have fun. You got to yada, 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 right? Well, I had 30 years of fun. And to be honest with you, it wasn't that fun being broke. So you have to ask yourself, what are you willing to give up for success? Because you got to give up some stuff. You got to give up some leisure time. You got to give up some weekends, if not every weekend. If you want to grow and build a $100,000 business, is it possible on eBay? Absolutely, without a doubt. Is it easy? No. The hardest part is you believing that you can actually get to them numbers. The second hardest part is you punting all leisure activities. Just like I said, you literally saying, people hounding you on the weekend saying, hey man, let's go hang out, let's go to this party. But I don't pop bottles, I don't drink, that is not, trust me, this video is not to do anything or ridicule anybody that are doing them things, because I partied like that for 30 years strong, and it got me nowhere but in prison, and it got me nowhere in life. And then I complained about my paycheck. And who really looked like the idiot? I looked like the idiot, right? If you're going to work for a 9 to 5 and you're wasting your whole entire weekend doing nothing but partying, don't complain about your 9 to 5 or your pay because you are choosing to be broke. That is absolutely your choice to be broke. If you don't do anything on the weekends or when you get home from work from your side hustle, whatever your side hustle is, it don't got to be eBay. Whatever your side hustle is, if you're not willing to I literally gave up all leisure activity. For fun, getting a motorcycle, and guess what I'm doing with that motorcycle? I'm going to deliver packages with it. That's and we're going to Florida once. But the truth is, your first year, just cancel everybody off your list and let them know, hey, look, I still love you. You got the right number, but call me back in a year. And people are like, man, that's a dickhead. No, that's not. If you want to grow, there's some things you're going to have to let go. And the majority of us hang out with people that are helping us stay where we're at. That's the bottom line. People will argue that, whatever. You're hanging out with some people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and they're teaching you how to do it. I'm not talking to you guys, right? I had to totally eliminate all my activity with past acquaintances and friends. Why? Because I have nothing wrong with their life. You live your life the way you want to live your life. But I'm trying to get somewhere in life, and I'm trying to get somewhere far in life, right? And you cannot get anywhere far in life if you're hanging around with broke people. You can't do it. And that's got nothing to do with anybody that's broke. I was broke all my entire life, right? Until recently. If you want to go somewhere else, and if you can't find anybody that shares the interest that you do, get on YouTube and listen to people that have the same interest. Check out my channel or whatever, or check out everybody else's channel that makes YouTube videos on motivation, because if you can't find it in your direct circle, which I can almost guarantee you're not going to, unless you're already there. But this video ain't for you guys. Other than if you're already there, keep going, and don't give up. The sky's the limit. But the true message is behind this is you got to punt all your lever. All the things you want to do right now has got to be put on hold. That's hard to do. It's hard to do, especially when you start getting some income coming in and you want to go here and you want to go there. But guess what? If you don't have your business to where it's running itself and you got employees that are running it, then you can't do that yet. You have to be okay with that. And I always used to be, I had the biggest challenge because I always wanted to be around people, right? I always had to have somebody with me, or me be with somebody else, or me staying the night somewhere, something like that, right? And that was the biggest reason why I never went anywhere in life until recently. Is because I spent so much of my time wondering what Tom, Dick, and Harry was doing instead of putting the time into myself and worrying about my life. I remember my mother as a child was always telling me, stop focusing on everybody else, focus on yourself. And I'm like, yeah, right, whatever, you don't know shit, right? Because we all think that way of our parents. Maybe not now. I don't think that way of my parents, but I did at one time, but they were right. So sometimes we gotta listen. It's not time. If you want to build a successful eBay business, you need to punt all leisure activity. You literally have to just tell your friends, hey, look, man, it's nothing against you or what you're doing in life. I'm just trying to do something different. They like it? Oh, well. If they don't like it? Oh, well. Who cares? It does not matter. You're the only one that's going to bring the success to your table. Nobody else is going to do that for you. And I think once I've realized that, it was a lot easier for me to tell people no. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. If you used to be like me, if you used to be a yes man, like I'd tell everybody, yeah, sure, I'll help you with that. Sure, I'll do this. Sure, yeah, I'll do that because I didn't want somebody's butthole to be heard about me. If you're a yes man, you will fail in life. I can almost promise it. Because if it's very hard for you to say no, you're never going to get ahead. You'll never get ahead if you can't say no. There's going to be certain times that there's been times that I've been invited for certain things or whatever, and I just had to say no. Or somebody wanted me to help them out, and no, I can't. Like, business comes first, right? Me being able to provide for my family comes first. Anything outside of that, it either fits into it or don't, one way or another. And that might sound mean or crude to some people, but if you really want to get an eBay business off the ground, you have to put a lot of time into it. That's why people fail, because they don't want to put a lot of time to it. And they're not willing to punt their weekends. They're not willing to say, oh, I'm not going to. All my friends are going to the bar this weekend. I'm going to the bar this weekend. Well, don't bitch about being broke then. That's the bottom line. Is the biggest question you should be asking yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice? And I made a choice in my life to have whatever I wanted to in my life. I am going to have to punt all leisure activities for the next 10 years. Or whatever. I'm not saying don't go out there. If you need a car, buy yourself a car. Whatever. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is there's certain things I want to do right now. Like, I'd love to just get out on a motorcycle and cruise the roads right now. I can't do that. Works first. Right? You have to be willing. If I look at it this way. If it isn't helping the business get ahead, it's not important. I mean, unless it's a significant other that you got to find time for that too, right? But if it's literally going to a bar and having a drink with friends, is how you got to ask yourself, is that really going to benefit your business to the next level? Is it really going to help you get your eBay journey off to the next level? Absolutely not. Matter of fact, it's going to take money out of the business because you're going to spend money at the bar. I used to spend $100 to $200 to $300 to $400 at a bar in one sitting. So I know what it costs to go to the bar. And you have to ask yourself, what's more valuable to you? You know what I mean? Maybe you want a whole bar in your house one day. Skip the bar for the next 2 years and you can have that, right? So you got to ask yourself, what do you want? You want to drive around on the dirt bike that you got to wrench on every weekend because you had to buy a cheap one. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that because we got a cheap car right now that we've got to put money into almost every week. But the truth is, like, we're willing to go ahead and fix that car up instead of finance something right now. Right now, we could go finance a brand new car. Could do that. But would that help us get any closer to our business adventures that we want to? No. The car's still running. It's just small things, brakes, this, that, control arms, little things, right? That, but it's not it's not worth going back further in debt with an automobile payment, for the next 30 months or 60 months or whatever it might be, right? To look cool for a little bit. I don't give a shit about looking. If you're worried about looking cool in your eBay business, you're going to have a long eBay journey, man. If you're doing it to impress other people, right? Like, in the beginning, I thought that I'm like, I'm going to prove all these people wrong. And I'm going to show them what I can do, right? Which was good motivation in the beginning. But after a while, you can live on your means and you don't need much money a day to live on your means. Whatever. You can even have a couple bad habits. I got a bad habit of smoking cigarettes, right? That's a terrible habit. One day I'll quit that habit. And you should be able to afford your means, right? But you don't have to go out and buy shiny shit every day. You know what? That is called emotional buying. And if you're out there emotionally buying something that makes you feel good for 10 seconds, there's something missing in your life. Like maybe you should be exercising and you're not exercising. You feel guilty about it. So you'll go buy something to make yourself feel good for like 6 hours. And then the next day you don't even give a shit that you bought it. Matter of fact, you're like, man, I didn't really need that. Me and my fiance have a thing. If it's anything over $500, we have a 24-hour grace period. We will sleep on it before we decide to actually purchase the item. For example, if there's a TV out there that we've been talking about, a bigger screen TV for quite some time now. And if it's $1,000 for the TV, we slept on it, we still want it, so it'll happen, right? Or for example, a future vehicle that we've talked about. We're sleeping on it longer than 24 hours, but I'm talking about impulse buying. People buy shit they don't even want. Just to feel good for 10 seconds, 10 minutes, because you went from the iPhone 10 to the iPhone 11. And they're not even making any more money, but you're spending more money on a phone. It does not make sense. Live smart. Put as much of the money back into your business and your grow. I love you guys all. It's your boy FlippinStoop. You guys have a blessed night.